Prime Minister Philip J. Pierre, the third head of government of St. Lucia to be burdened by the impacts report into the extrajudicial killings at the hands of the police in 2010 to 2011, says his administration is committed to doing all within its powers to resolve this long-standing issue.
I make a solemn pledge to the men and women of the Royal St. Lucia Police Force. I will maintain the separation of powers, but I will also see what I can do, and I will try. I will not promise. I've had discussions with several people about the impact report. I understand the plight of the men who their life is in limbo. I understand the plight. But I can say to you, it is not easy, but we are trying. In the cabinet we are trying, and I hope that we can resolve these issues. But for the cheap and desperate politicians and the surrogates who want to use it as what they think is a whip against this government, it will not work. Because the people of St. Lucia know that existed a long time before this government.
Prime Minister Pierre was recently questioned by a filmmaker about what was said to be the imminent arrests of 2 policemen for their involvement in one of the shootings and the possible implication of a minister in his cabinet. The Prime Minister declined to answer the question on the grounds that he never comments on any ongoing investigation. The minister who's been implicated has since denied any involvement in that incident. Prime Minister Pierre says some of the people making public comments on addressing the findings of the IMPACS investigations were in a position to address the matter, but they did not.
Impact report is not my being. I didn't create the impact report. The Prime Minister before me had a copy of the impact report. I'm not the only one who had a copy of the impact report. Why all suddenly the impact report has become my cross? It was there before me. It was there for the last 5 years. They had it for the last 5 years. All the contents of the impact report and all the action that has to be taken on the impact report could have been done in the last 5 years.
The alleged extrajudicial killings between 2010 and 2011 and the failure of successive administrations to adequately address the matter resulted in the United States government suspending cooperation on security with St. Lucia and the banning of senior police officers from traveling to America. The punitive measures against St. Lucia were partially suspended in mid-2021, with the Director of Public Prosecution issuing a statement on impacts on the dawn of the July 26, 2021 general elections. Prime Minister Pierre says impacts is unfinished business from previous administrations, which he has inherited.
It's not my baby. I didn't create it, but I'll try to solve it. The same way I did not create the conditions under which the management of the police force worked, but I am going to solve it. That is why we have brand new headquarters for the Grocery Police Station. And I'm going to continue to solve the issues for the men and women of the police service. I'm going to continue.
The extrajudicial killings of 2010 to 2011 during Operation Restore Confidence was then Prime Minister Stephenson King's administration's response to the sharp rise in lawlessness and murders in St. Lucia. The measure drew strong criticism from human rights advocates and then opposition and the government of the United States. The killings at the hands of the police and the handling of the subsequent investigations have cast long shadows over the police and all administrations since. Stanley Lucian for the HS News Force.